Okay, first of all, this is rated G for generally everyone can watch it. Space Force Season 1. It's not Star Trek, not Spaceballs, and not The Orville. Space Force Season 1, Episode 1 through to Episode 10. What can you actually say about it? Well, it's not, like I said, Star Trek, Spaceballs, or The Orville, or any other thing that goes into space. It's not funny as such, and it's not really tear-jerking. It's a strange beast at the moment. The idea that a four-star general takes over from the Air Force and becomes Space Force. And with that, so many military things throughout the whole thing. The general, Mark Nayard, which is Steve Carell, having to balance scientific arena with military arena and to get into space with eventually being, I guess, space station and what would you call it, space dominance over everyone else, or to be all, I don't know, what would you call it? Generally the leaders in space, I guess? Hmm. Anyway, there's plenty of things that go wrong, like his wife's in jail, daughter's, well, his daughter, which she didn't like having to move out there, I guess. At the moment, she's drinking. She's upset about his wife and him having an open relationship. What was it? The last episode, she almost went out there and stuck out there and had some meth with some dudes. He ran to her rescue. I don't know. There's plenty of different things that go on, from the scientists through to the advisors, generals, and all of that. From a chimp that had to go out and fix solar panels because a certain country, I'm not going to bring their name up, they chip, they cut away at the solar panels, and the chimp had to go out there with a drill and fix the solar panels, which didn't exactly go well, but yeah. Let's think. Is it worth watching? Well, it seems sort of like half a prank, really. Like, take end episode, I guess. The end episode being the Americans are finally getting upset with the Chinese and their base, and the fact that they ran over a flag. Now, we all know the flag that is in question, the American flag that they laid there and left there, and apparently China decided to be idiots and, well, have a bit of fun. The decision, which this is a spoiler, is basically, we as Americans can't take this, so we're going to go over there and destroy their habitat and make them beg to come to our habitat, and we'll take them home, type of thing. Now they head over to the Chinese base. They all say hi to each other because the Chinese are going over to their base, and you can sort of gather what's going to happen. And so basically, yeah, the Americans and the Chinese are up there in space with no air, no place to live, and that's where they left the series. So I don't know. Is it funny? Yeah. Is it entertaining? Yeah. Is there good actors in it? Yeah, pretty good actors. Yeah. For the first season, I'll probably give it 6.5 out of 10. It's You can watch it. They're trying to build a storyline with the family and with the scientists, because there are other people in this show other than Steve Carell, his wife, which is Lisa Kudrow from Friends, his daughter Erin Maynard, what was her name? Diana Silvers, that was it. Anyway, the problem with most of these series these days is the fact that they go for 10 episodes. Wow. So we get a big drop of all 10 episodes on one day. So out of 365 days of the year, 364 more of those days, we have to wait for something else to come out. And creators expect people to wait all the time. They get what, 20, 30 different programs instead of one, two, three programs over a period of a year they could actually like, enjoy, and creators could modify on the fly every different episode. They can change a little bit based on what the people say versus, wow, here's 10 episodes. Did you like it? No. What did you like about it? Oh, this. What did you hate about it? Oh, this. And by the time they go through one, two, three, 4 seasons, they might get it right. And if they don't in the meantime, the program gets cancelled. Not very good idea to do it that way. Yeah, I suppose when you're thinking about the show, you better hope that China and USA don't die with those 364 days they gotta wait before anyone will see if they live or not. Yeah, I think um, Space Force has Space Force has a lot of growing up to do, and with only 10 episodes, it's not exactly gonna do very much growing up all the time with its series being only 10 episodes. So, um, oh yeah, and that with a dead cast member already in the ranks, well, you gotta hope that it wasn't the acting that killed him, because this was a very dedicated member of the acting arts, and he definitely deserves to be remembered, even if Space Force doesn't. Mr. Fred Willard, 1933 to 2020. By the way, he was in the original Space Force. That was a movie in 1978, so he didn't do too badly. And that being said, I mean, this dude, you could probably call the perfect guy, because he had one wife throughout his life, one child, and one grandchild. The man must have loved the planet to make sure that his progeny was only one child. And from what I see from IMDb, which I have put a video into this video of, yes, IMDb, do not copyright strike me for using your particular website for this, but if I wasn't to do that, it would have taken me forever to write this man's accomplishments of acting, because they are so long, from the 60s through to 2020. Every single year, this man did not miss a beat. This man was an actor, a true actor. He did not stop acting for 1 year. You have to give him credit. He was one of those actors that you'd see, you'd think was great in a movie or whatever, and you'd just forget about him until he popped up in another series or another this, that, or whatever else. And you'd see him and go, I know him. He's such and such. And that was the way he acted. You got into the character that he was in, and then you'd forget that you saw him in the movie or the show, and they're the actors that make these shows. They get into their characters and they just go bang, bang, bang. And if you can't get that, then you're pretty stupid. But this man was one of those actors where he could make you believe anything, and he made it perfect when he done what he done. You know what they say, Prince of everything, king of nothing. That was him. He was a prince of acting. He wasn't the king. He was the prince. He could do it all. And all my best wishes to him. May he rest in peace. And to his daughter Hope, which is such a beautiful name, and his grandson Freddie. Your father touched plenty of people, and he will continue to touch their hearts as time goes on and people watch all of his acting and all of his voice acting. He will be remembered for all of that. Space Force, yeah, not the best show. It's not the best or the worst, but if you want to shell out some money for Netflix for it, go for it, I suppose. But it's really one of those things, you bought it, so now you go, oh, okay then, and you just hope that they go and make another one so that you can go buy it again, or you don't really care. It really depends on what type of person you are. Doesn't really fit into science fiction genres, but doesn't really fit into reality, and it doesn't really fit into everything in between. It's not really a drama, not a comedy, not really an action. It's sort of a mishmash. Let's hope that the next season, if there is one, which I assume there will be a lot more focused on being either a comedy, an action, or something, so you can actually watch it and go, oh yeah, I know what that's about. That's going to be more this, that, or something else. You can't really define it, but watch it if you want. It's not bad. That would probably be its catchphrase at the moment. Space Force, not bad. Anyway, thank you for your time, and I hope to see people here soon. Yes. Turns out that my particular video here was a bit longer than I thought. So, like I said, I hope to see people here soon. Here was the image of the Space Force and the image of Mr. Fred Willard. And, yeah, thank you all.